Travel the world, you'll never know who you'll meet and what you'll learn. I make tens of thousands of dollars a month with my online business, and a huge reason why I'm able to pull that off is because of the lessons I gotten from traveling all over the world. Nothing will make a huger impact in your business than traveling the world. Now, I've been to over 40 countries. I've gone to every continent you can think of. South America, Asia, Europe, Africa, North America, where it's my home. And currently, I'm in New York City. In the background, you can see the beautiful Manhattan skyline. Now, the reason why I'm here is for vacation and also to get a bit of inspiration. New York City is the most powerful city in the USA. It's the economic hub of the USA. All right, Wall Street's here. All right, money moves here like crazy. Everywhere you're walking, there's a Rolls Royce, there's a Lamborghini. All right, every time I come to New York City, I get inspired. And inspiration is a necessary component to growth in a business. You see, I live in Des Moines, Iowa. It's in the Midwest. There's not much going on there. It's all corn. Now, the reason why I live in the Midwest is because that's where my family's from. I love that place with all my heart. And also, it's a perfect environment to stay focused, right, on my business, to go my business and not be distracted. Because if I lived in New York City, I'll be distracted with all the parties, all things that are going on, right, in these major cities. Although I love Iowa, I know that if I don't leave that environment every once in a while to travel the world, I'll stagnate. Yes, it's a perfect place to not distract myself, to grow. But I know I need that inspiration. I know that in order to continue growing my business, to continue growing as a person, I need to leave my comfort zone and go meet new people, to learn new things. And in this video, I want to talk about 4 key reasons on why you should be traveling the world as well. Now, the 4 key reasons on why you should be traveling the world to continue to better your business, continue to better yourself, to make more money, are as follows. Number 1 is inspiration. Number 2 is knowledge/network. Number 3 is Darwinism. And the 4th, well, that's a secret. Stay until the end to find out, because that's the one that's impacted me the most. And since we're in New York City, let's just reference the key reasons of this video to here. Reason number 1 and why you should travel the world, and that's the power of inspiration. You do not know how much of an unfair advantage you'll get when you travel the world, right? Because you're able to see money. You're able to see people of other walks of life. You're able to get their ideas, right? You're able to see Rolls Royce driving by, and that hits you like crazy. You're like, God damn, I want to be driving that Rolls Royce one day. Or not only on that factor, right? Well, the people you hang out with, which we'll touch base on the next couple of reasons, right? On the network is your net worth. For example, here we're in New York, the financial hub of the USA, and I'd argue of the world. Right? All the major financial buildings of the world are here. Just being here, going to Wall Street, seeing finance firsthand, how money is moved, right? Inspires you to continue growing, because you know that there's always a higher level to reach. And there's an ancient Chinese proverb, which is, above every mountain, there's an even bigger mountain. Just to give you context, right? Like, you might feel like you reach the top of the mountain, you feel like there's nothing else to like grow or hike, but you're greatly mistaken. Once you travel the world, once you see these new environments, these new horizons, you realize you're a little shrimp in the grand scheme of things, right? A little shrimp, come over here. You're a little shrimp in the ocean. And that's how you feel when you travel the world. Now, don't get dissuaded. That's also inspirational, because once you realize you're a little shrimp, it pushes you even harder. It pushes you to realize your true potential of who you're meant to be in this life. That's the reason why I travel. Also, very importantly, being in an environment of money really inspires you, right? It pushes you. Right? I live in the Midwest. There's not much going on over there. It's just corn. While I'm over there, yes, I'm in a grind state with my family, right? No distractions, right? I'm locked in. But when I come here, I'm like, shit. I get reminded of how behind I am in life and how much I could achieve in life, right? And then just being in this type of environment, it's inspirational like crazy. Like, I want to have a Rolls Royce one day, a Lamborghini one day, a Rolex one day. I'm not in a position yet, but who's to say one yet? Continue to like go to these crazy environments where there's money. Continue to push yourself. And I know that after the trip, I'll go back to Iowa, a completely new person again, refreshed person, with an even crazier hunger to continue building my online business. Right? That's the reason why it's important to sometimes take some time out to travel, right? Travel doesn't just have to be about vacation and letting loose. It's also about reminding yourself why you're working so hard and the possibilities that there is, right? When building businesses, when growing as an individual. Now, reason number 2 why you should travel the world and experience all there is to life is because you'll gain knowledge, right? Knowledge is power. Now, the reason why certain individuals are millionaires or billionaires is because they know something we don't, right? They know something we don't. Maybe they're studying tons of books, but also they've been to tons of places. And with going to these new places, these new environments, you get something out of it. Not only just the experience, but also the knowledge you get out of these places. For example, later today, I plan to go to a couple different museums here in New York City. Now, the reason I do that, and the reason I do that in every city, every country I go to, It's because you just never know what you learn. Every time I go to a museum, I learn something, right? Whether it's something related to art or related to history. This information, I take it with me everywhere. It gives me a new perspective, a new lens to life, right? Not only with museums, but when I go to a different country, for example, I get something out of that. Maybe it's a religion, right? For the longest, I had this stereotype about Islam. Then I went to Africa, then I went to the Middle East. I learned that a lot of my stereotypes were incorrect. But if I would have never gone to that environment and seen it with my eyes firsthand, I would have never known otherwise. Going to that country will serve you way more than reading 1,000 books about that country. You'll learn way more being in that environment than 1,000 books about that environment, right? That's the power of being there. Now that I'm in New York City, going to these museums, I know I'll get something out of this city, this powerful city, right? The economic hub of the USA. And with this knowledge that I get from travel, from going to museums, from learning about these new cultures, these new people, right? Your network is your net worth. You take that with you back home. And with this information, it helps you build your business, build your life, right? With different lens. Whether you're tackling a problem with your business or tackling a problem with your personal life. You get with you different lens that you can use to navigate these problems, right? Something you get from traveling the world, which is something I really recommend for all of you guys. Knowledge is power. That's something you get from traveling the world. Nothing will beat the experience of being in that environment. Being in that environment beats 1,000 books. Also, your network is your net worth. That's an indirect consequence of being in a new country, a new environment, a new city. The people you meet, they also give you knowledge. Knowledge that can make you a millionaire, that can make you rich, that can change your life forever. I meet crazy people travel the world. Great friends that I learned so much from, or reference so much from. Now these friends, I don't get to see them all the time. Of course, I don't live in their country, in their city. But I'm able to talk to them every once in a while. And every time I talk to them, I learn something new. Because the problem is with a lot of individuals, they like to center with their select friends from their hometown. Right? There's a saying, you are who you hang out with, right? Your 5 friends is a representation of who you are. The thing is, a lot of individuals, they like to stay in their hometown. They're scared of going outside their comfort zone. And they hang out with the same crowd for the rest of their life. What happens? You'll never grow. You never get something new. But since I have friends all over the USA, I'm always able to get something new, learn something new, which I'm able to use in my business and my personal life to continue growing and evolving as an individual. That's the reason I travel. Yes, I love my hometown friends, but I know if I really want to grow as an individual in this short life that we have, I travel to meet these new people, because you just never know what person can change your life. And if you've been in an environment for so long, we start to stagnate. It's important to start to look for other places for people for inspiration, because they look at the world differently than you do. And maybe that lens that they have could be the thing that you needed to implement in your life, get to the next level. Now, the third reason why you should travel the world is related to Darwinism. We as human beings, we have the traits of the human beings that have been able to adapt the best throughout history, right? Survival of the fittest. Although we don't have to worry about food anymore or having a shelter on our head, it's still very important to continue to evolve, continue to adapt, because then we'll be left behind. Now, a big issue, to give you context, a big issue with a lot of individuals is they never leave their hometown. They're comfortable where they're at. And because they never leave their environment, their hometown, they have a misunderstanding of how the world really is. That's how stereotypes are born, how soul-mindedness is born. And there's a story that's very applicable to this. It's a story about the frog in the well. When I was in China, I learned about the story while I was in China, actually. And it goes as is. There was this frog that was born in this well. And since he was born in this well, his whole world view revolved around this well. He thought the whole world was encompassed inside this well. He grew up his whole life thinking that this well was literally all there is in this world. But one day, there was this turtle that was walking by. He found that well. He was looking for water. He went to the top of the well. The turtle looked down and he saw this little frog. There was not a lot of water there, but he saw this little frog. The turtle was curious, asked the frog, "What are you doing there?" And the frog was like, "Well, what are you doing up there? This is all there is to this world." Now, I don't want to get into the nitty-gritty how the story is, but basically, the turtle says, "Brother, there is so much out there in the world. Why are you in a well?" Because the frog didn't want to leave the well. And the turtle was trying to convince him, "Dude, there's so much more to the world. A well is like freaking one foot in diameter. Dude, there's way more out there in the world. You're stuck here, dude. Leave. I can help you." The frog was like, no, I don't want to leave. This is all there is to the world. I know you're tricking me. You're evil, probably. You're trying to kill me. No. This is all there is in the world, right? Outside is probably demons or whatever it is. The frog ultimately leaves due to like a flood. And once he leaves this well, his mind is blown. He's like, what the hell? Right? Because for his whole life, he had this misconception of how the world was. He thought the whole world was just in this well. He left the well because of the flood, and he saw how beautiful the world was. I wanna relate this to like the people that want to leave their hometown. Yes, I know you're happy where you're at, but you're gonna get left behind because of staying in a certain environment. You're gonna think that the whole world's like that, when it really isn't. In today's world, you gotta be able to adapt. You gotta be able to learn, continue to progress. And how do you evolve? Well, it's by being in new environments. If you're not willing to take that risk, going to a new environment, well, I hate to break it to you, you're gonna get left behind. You're gonna be like that little frog in that well. Now it hurts. I know it hurts to hear, and you might be thinking, oh, I don't need to leave my hometown. I'm happy where I'm at. That's good. But if you want to build a business, you want to get rich, you want to evolve, you want to make something out of yourself, which I know you do because you're watching this video, you watch my channel. Well, you have to travel. You have to go out of your comfort zone, out of your well, to see how the world really is. You can read 1,000 books, 100,000 books, movies of how the world is, but nothing will be being in the environment. And that's where you build skills. Being in new environments, you have to learn a whole new range of skills because you're in a new environment. You got to be able to adapt. When I was in China, I had to learn Chinese. 现在我会说中文. I can't say I speak Chinese because I live in a new environment. Yes, I could learn a freaking book, but nothing helped me learn the language as being in that environment. So when it comes to anything in life, you want to learn, you want to adapt, you want to grow, you have to go out your comfort zone. You have to leave where you're currently at. That's the only way you'll evolve. Now, the fourth reason why you should travel the world is nothing to do with business, nothing to do with personal development. It's about letting loose. You only live once. Right? Not everything's about working. You gotta give your brain some time to relax. We're brain fried, right? There's so much a brain can handle. It's not able to handle 100-hour work weeks for years on end. You gotta give your brain some time to recuperate. And traveling the world's a good way to do that because you give your brain some time to re-energize, to get it back to peak mode. So the fourth reason is a bit selfish on my end. It's nothing to do with work. It's nothing to do with, I guess, developing, but also letting loose. We only live once. I'm 26 years old now. I'm starting to realize how little time we have on this earth. When I was a young man, a young kid, right? Time felt like it lasted an eternity. But now, years are going like this for me. I'm like, shit, I don't want to imagine how my 30s or my 40s are going to be. So this is like a reminder to my future self. What's all the money in the world if we die tomorrow? So every once in a while, it's important to take some time off, relax, and see the best there is in the world. I can assure you the best there is in the world, the beautiful locations there is in the world, isn't in your hometown. So go travel the world. Use the money that you work so hard for. Use it on yourself. Use it on your loved ones. Take them out. All right, for example, in a month, I'm gonna go to the Cabos with my mom, my stepdad, my little brother, my girlfriend. I'm taking them out there. There's nothing to do over there in Los Cabos, no business related stuff. It's only to relax a bit because I work so hard for my family. Don't just think about work 24/7. Take some time out for you because you deserve it. So with this little vacation and that vacation I have in a month with my family, it's a time for me. It's a time for me because I deserve it. And with this re-energization of my brain, my body, my health, I know I'm gonna enter next year even stronger with an even hungrier drive. I don't know if that makes sense. A stronger drive to continue to evolve and grow, right? As an individual and also in my business. The only way to do that is take some time off for me to enjoy the fruits of my labor. Because a lot of times people aren't able to do that. They work so hard 24/7, they die, stroke or whatever it is. So take some time out for you, relax a bit. There's always tomorrow, right? Tomorrow you can conquer your dreams.